Welcome to the 2024 Ironman Malaysia Langkawi, the 9th edition of the full-distance triathlon since 2014. Langkawi, the Jewel of Kedah, presents a wonderful location for a long-distance Ironman event in Southeast Asia. The main island of Langkawi is part of an archipelago of 104 islands. Hello athletes, I'm Adele and today I will be bringing you through a shortened and race-specific briefing prepared by the Ironman team. A more detailed information guide is available online via the Athlete Information Guide. Please download the AIG for more information prior to beginning your race. It is highly recommended for all athletes to watch this video so that you are updated with all the current race information. A complete event schedule is available at the information counter in the expo area as well as found online. It is highly recommended that you familiarize yourself with the following key times across the event. The key times include: athlete check-in will be on Thursday till Friday 2 p.m. You must check in and collect your race kit by then. Compulsory bike T1 and run T2 check-in will be on Friday 12:30 p.m. till 6 p.m. Please ensure that you have checked in your bike and gear bags during this time. On race day, transition opens from 5:45 a.m. till 7:15 a.m. If you are a potential slot winner, the 2025 VinFast Ironman World Championships roll-down ceremony will be held at MIEC. You must be present when your name is called to claim the slots. This year, Ironman Malaysia is offering 65 male slots to the 2025 VinFast Ironman World Championships in Nice, France, and 40 female slots to the 2025 VinFast Ironman World Championships in Kaila Kona, Hawaii. The Race Expo at MIEC is the key race venue that will have the following services. Do not hesitate to proceed to our information counter if you have any questions. Check out our official Ironman bike mechanic at the expo if you have issues with your bike. They will support you with some basic complimentary services. However, for additional services, charges may apply. Do check on the operation times of the bike mechanics. Take note that bike mechanics will not be available on Sunday. You will receive all the items you require for the race in the athlete kit once you are checked in. These items are listed here and can be found in the Athlete Information Guide. During check-in, you will receive your Athlete ID wristband. Your Athlete ID wristband will provide you access to all athlete-only areas. This wristband will be fastened on your wrist and has to be worn throughout the event. These bags listed here are to be used throughout your race. All athletes will receive these bags at check-in. Each bag is labeled with its function. Make sure you rack or hand in the correct bags at the correct location. As always, Ironman 70.3 Langkawi will have two separate transitions. Transition 1 is located at Pantai Kok next to the Dana Langkawi. This is where athletes will start their swim and change over to the bike leg. Transition 2 is located at MIEC. This is where athletes will change over from the bike leg to the run leg. On Friday, it is compulsory for all athletes to rack their bikes and drop off their blue bike gear bag and helmet in the change tent at T1. Please stick your bike and helmet stickers prior to bike check-in. The bike check-in time will be from 12:30 p.m. till 6 p.m. No bikes will be accepted after 6 p.m. on Friday. Once your bike is checked by our race officials, you will be provided a sticker to be stuck on your bike top tube. You must also get your helmet checked and approved by race officials before entering the transition area. It is optional to leave your helmet overnight inside your blue bike gear bag or bring it back on race morning and leave it on your bike once the technical officials have conducted the checks on it. You will not have access to your blue bike gear bag on race morning. It is also optional if athletes choose to leave their bike shoes in the blue bike gear bag or on the bike pedals. Your blue bike gear bag will not be accessible once transition closes at 6 p.m. on Friday and on race morning. A guide on what is needed inside the blue bike gear bag can be found in the AIG. Bike covers are not allowed during overnight racking as they create safety issues in the event of high winds. Your belongings will be monitored overnight by event security. Remember to collect your timing chip from the timing tent after checking in your bike and your blue bike gear bag at T1. The timing tent is located at the exit of T1 on Friday. Do not lose your timing chip. A penalty of USD 150 will be charged for missing or unreturned chips. Your timing chip is required to be worn when entering transition on race morning. Please set yourself a reminder to strap this on your left ankle on top of your socks. Do ensure you do not cover or block the timing chip. Race officials will be checking for this as you enter transition on race morning. If you lose your timing chip during the race, you are responsible for obtaining a replacement by informing event staff at one of the following locations: swim start, swim exit, bike exit, or run exit, so that timing providers can do their best to replace the chip. If you lose your chip while on the run course, please notify an Ironman staff immediately after crossing the finish line. If you have decided to withdraw mid-race, please hand back your timing chip to event staff or to the information counter. If you do not have a timing chip, Ironman will not be able to provide you with a race time or validate your finish. Remember, no chip means no time recorded and thus no official result for your race. Once you've checked in your bike and the blue bike gear bag at T1, please proceed to transition 2, T2. You'll be required to drop off your red run gear bag at T2 in MIEC. Compulsory running shoes check will be conducted by race officials before you enter T2. Hang your red run gear bag on the numbered bag hooks in the change tent. Please be reminded that the check-in time for the red run gear bag at T2 starts from 12:30 p.m. till 6 p.m. on Friday. T2 in MIEC will not be accessible on race day morning. Make sure you have packed appropriately for the race. A guide on what is needed inside the red run gear bag can be found in the AIG. All athletes must attend at least one transition tour to familiarize yourself with the flow on race day. There are multiple sessions to choose from on Friday. Your safety is our priority. We have engaged a professional and experienced team of medical personnel in case assistance is needed. Ironman has positioned experienced medical personnel at the swim start and exit area, inside transitions, on the bike and run course, as well as a full medical team at the finish line. If you're not feeling well on race morning, we strongly advise you not to start the race and inform an Ironman staff member or race official so we can officially withdraw you from the event. If you start to feel unwell at any point of the day, we urge you to seek help rather than continue. The medical team can assist you in rehydrating, cooling down, and other basic care. Any athletes that requires further medical assistance will be transported to the nearest hospital. If at any time during the race you experience chest pain or discomfort, shortness of breath, or lightheadedness, please stop immediately and seek medical attention. Do not be afraid to ask for help. A medical evaluation does not constitute outside assistance. You will not be disqualified for receiving a medical evaluation or for having someone help you in getting medical assistance. During the race, please ensure that you look after yourself and your fellow athletes. If in doubt, seek help from a race official or a volunteer on the course. Do ensure that you have provided your most up-to-date emergency contact information during check-in. Here are some safety tips an athlete should always remember. During the swim, raise your arm, which will alert the water safety team that you need help. If able to, you can also verbalize that you are in need of help by yelling, "Help!" You can also grab onto a kayak or pontoon. You will not be disqualified for grabbing onto any of these safety items during the race. During the bike and run, if you're not at or near an aid station, stop. Let someone know you need medical help. Anyone can help. It could be another athlete, a staff vehicle, event support vehicle, or event moto out on course, even a spectator. Have them alert the nearest aid station or Ironman staff member that you need medical assistance. Make sure you provide your bib number for faster assistance. After you've finished the race, do not leave the post-race area until you're reasonably certain you're okay and are able to drink without vomiting and stand without dizziness. If you're not feeling well, please come to the medical tent to be evaluated by the medical team before leaving the recovery area. If you find yourself in this situation, your gear will be cared for until you return. Do approach the information counter upon your return or contact Ironman directly. To assist the medical team better, make sure that you take necessary care needed for yourself prior to race day. If you have an acute illness, do not start the race. The 2024 Ironman Malaysia will be using the 2024 Ironman competition rules found on our website and in the AIG. It is the athlete's responsibility to know and understand the rules before race day. Prior to starting the race, athletes need to familiarize themselves with the course. Athletes must follow the prescribed course in its entirety. Failure to do so will result in a disqualification. If an athlete must exit the course, he or she shall re-enter the course at the same point of departure before continuing. There are some changes to the Ironman competition rules, therefore we encourage all athletes to read the latest version of the Ironman competition rules before starting the race. Transition 1, T1 is open on Saturday morning from 5:45 am to 7:15 am for pre-race preparations. This is the last opportunity for athletes to prepare their bikes for racing. Volunteers, race officials, and bike mechanics will be available to assist you. Under no circumstances is anything to be left at the base of your bike. Race officials will be checking for such items once transition is clear. Athletes can drop off their bike pumps at the designated bike pump tent inside the transition area. After leaving transition, athletes will drop their black street gear bags containing any personal items at the designated street gear truck before heading to swim start. Additionally, the personal needs bags provided in the athlete kit can be dropped off at the marked Bike Personal Needs and Run Personal Needs trucks at the exit of transition. Please be reminded to use the numbering stickers in your athlete kit to correctly label each bag. Ironman will provide volunteers to assist. However, please note that it is the athlete's responsibility to drop off the correct bags at the correct vehicles during the specified period. This service closes at 7:15 a.m. sharp. Age group athletes can start making their way to the swim start area via the self-seating swim pens after being called. Due to the timing mats in place, you are unable to conduct a swim warm-up. Please note that there will be no official practice swim available during race week. Age group athletes will be required to self-seat themselves into the 4 time zone pens at the swim start area based on their anticipated time to complete the swim. Pro athletes will start from 7:40 a.m., followed by a rolling start for the age groupers. This will involve athletes being progressively released in small groups at time intervals from the start line. This will be repeated until all athletes have crossed the start line and timing mat. Please note your time does not start until you have crossed the timing mat point at the start line. The start line will be clearly marked on the beach. Your time is adjusted once you've crossed the timing point. You do not need to rush. The swim is a 3.8 km, 2 laps swim course undertaken in a clockwise direction. This year we have added yellow buoys as a marker for athletes heading outbound and orange buoys as an inbound marker along the swim course. The distance between each sighting buoys is approximately 100 meters apart. Turning points will be marked clearly by large red Ironman buoys, and the course will be marked clearly by buoys with red flags. Bear in mind the red flags will always be on your left shoulder along the swim course. As you enter the water, you must first swim 400 meters before reaching the first turning point. Turn right and swim for another 700 meters before turning right again to complete your last 800 meter swim. You must exit the water upon completion of the first lap and run approximately 30 meters along the beach before re-entering the water for your second lap. A table will be set up for athletes' glasses at the entrance to the beach. You can collect your glasses upon swim exit. A big contingent of water safety personnel will always be in the water for your safety. Should you need assistance at any time during the swim, please place one arm in the air and they will come to your aid. They will also be resting pontoons along the swim course. Do swim towards the rest pontoons if you face any difficulties during your swim. In the unfortunate event of a swim evacuation, the water safety team will blow the whistle continuously. Please stop swimming immediately and seek direction from the nearest water safety personnel. Please take note of the Ironman swimwear ruling during a non-wetsuit race. It is prohibited for clothing which is covering any part of the arms below the elbow and any part of the leg below the knee. Compression wear, including calf socks, are prohibited to be worn during a non-wetsuit swim, but may be worn upon the completion of the swim. Any athlete found with illegal equipment will be disqualified immediately by race officials. If you are unsure, please bring along your non-wetsuit clothing to a race official during bike check-in on Friday. Please review the swim course section in the athlete information guide available online. If you decide to withdraw at any time, you must notify an Ironman staff or race official so that we can account for your safety. It is compulsory to return your timing chip to the Ironman staff, race officials or dropout clerk located at the information counter. The time limit for the swim leg is 2 hours and 20 minutes after an athlete's individual start time. Any athlete who has not completed the course by this cutoff time will not be allowed to continue the race. The race director reserves the right to enforce a cutoff at any given time. Upon exiting the water after the second lap, athletes will pass the timing chute and run through the showers before entering the T1 change tent. Do not fully remove your swim attire until you are completely inside the change tent. Locate your blue bike gear bag on the bag racks. You will then take your bag and enter the change tent. There are separate change tents for male and female athletes. There will be volunteers inside the change tents to assist you if needed. Please allow the volunteers to help you by communicating clearly and politely. Once you've completed the change, it is a must to repack your bags with the discarded swim attire and drop it into the bag drop box as you exit the change tent. You will then grab your bike and push it to the bike mount line. Once you've passed the mount line, you will be able to get on the bike and commence the bike course. The mount line will be clearly marked. Cycling inside transition before the mount line is strictly prohibited and may result in a disqualification. The bike course is a 180km clockwise 2 laps course. Head down to Jalan Teluk U, then take a left turn onto Jalan Datai. Along Jalan Datai, make a turnaround and head back onto Jalan Teluk U and turn left. Keep straight to bypass the Air Hangat roundabout and continue onto Jalan Air Hangat. Then turn right onto Jalan Langkawi Highway. Continue heading straight onto the highway, then turn right onto Jalan Padang Gaung. Next, turn left onto Jalan Lubuk Sembilang, then turn left again onto Jalan Makam Masturi. Then, turn right onto Jalan Mata Air. You will then head towards Jalan Mata Air and then turn left onto Jalan Simpang Kenyo. Make a right turn onto Jalan Kampong Yoi, then turn right again onto Jalan Ulu Melaka. Head straight until you reach the starting point of the Air Hangat roundabout. Then make a left turn onto Jalan Pasar and turn left again onto Jalan Teluk U. Head straight until you reach Perdana Key Junction, then make a turnaround on the same road. Continue the journey again. Repeat the same process for your second loop. For the next loop until you reach Neo Cabang Junction, then turn left. From there, make a left turn onto Jalan Kuala Teriang. Turn towards Jalan Pulau Langkawi. Make a right turn, then make a turnaround at Jalan Kuala Muda. Finally, turn left onto Jalan Lapangan Terbang and head back to Transition 2. There will be a total of 6 aid stations around the bike course with a total of 10 hits. Do read the bike course section of the AIG for more detailed course description. During race morning, Ironman bike mechanics will be at Transition when it opens. They will also circulate around the bike course, bike aid stations, and they will provide basic tools and spare tubes for the athletes to undertake repairs during the race. Bear in mind, mechanics will not carry out repairs on behalf of the athletes, as it is against the rules. Only a limited number of spare tubes will be available with the bike mechanics. The bike mechanics will not be providing any spare wheels or tubular tires. It is the athlete's responsibility to bring your own tubes or spare wheels. Due to the distance that is needed to be covered, delays should be expected when requesting a bike mechanic. They will endeavour to get to an athlete as soon as possible. However, we apologise for any delays. Do not move from the original location where the request was made so that it is easier for the mechanics to locate you. Bike mechanics will not be available on Sunday during bike checkout. Road closures will be in place for the duration of the race to minimize traffic flow and to protect athletes. Please exercise vigilance and tolerance if traffic is encountered, particularly at roundabouts and intersections. Normal road rules apply. Police, traffic controllers, and event crew will be on course to assist. Please use caution when ascending and descending the Datai Hill and coming down Langkawi Highway. These areas are very steep sections of the course and require your full concentration. The Bike Personal Needs Station is located outbound after the B6 Aid Station and UKM Research Centre. At the Personal Needs Station, athletes must call out their race number to the volunteers before reaching the Personal Needs Station. The volunteer will be behind the Personal Needs signage and will radio forward to the Personal Needs Station so they can get your bag ready by the time you get there. Always be considerate when passing both the aid stations and Personal Needs stations. The safety of all volunteers and athletes, including yourself, should be your priority. The bike course has 6 aid stations approximately 10 to 22 kilometers apart from each other. The locations of the aid stations are listed in the AIG. The products offered are water, Boom Plus Isotonic, High 5 energy gels, bananas, petroleum jelly, and sunscreen. Aid station products will be available in this order. The litter zones at the start and end of the station define the legal trash and bidden discard zone. Outside of these zones, athletes will be penalized for littering. Aid stations are the only location on the course where discarding is allowed. To access aid station products, athletes will need to loudly and clearly communicate to volunteers. Each table has a different colored tablecloth that designates the products served. Remember, volunteers are there to support you, not to serve you. Move slowly through the aid stations, and if you need to stop, pull over and off the road, taking care of your surroundings before doing so both on exiting and re-entering the course. Athletes should take the time to read the bike course regulations on the screen to help you avoid any potential penalties. For more information, see a race official pre-race or view the detailed Ironman race competition rules on our website. The bike course rules and regulations are available online in the Athlete Information Guide. It is the athlete's responsibility to be familiar with them. If you do receive a penalty, the race officials will show you a blue, yellow, or red card, tell you to stop at the next penalty box if applicable. Note your athlete number and other information. There are 2 penalty boxes on the bike course located near Black Sand Beach along Jalan Teluk U and another penalty box located inside Transition 2 T2 at MIAC. Each penalty box is easily identified by a yellow tent and signage. Please note that the drafting and blocking penalties cannot be challenged under any circumstances. If you are shown a yellow or blue card, you may be directed by the race official to perform a stop-start penalty. Any 3 infringements will equal a disqualification. If you receive a red card from a race official, you must report to the race referee once you have completed your race. Avoid all infringements by being fair and safe. This is a non-drafting event, meaning unless overtaking, 12 meters must be kept between yourself and the bike in front at all times. Please take the time to read and understand the drafting regulations shown. You must complete your pass within 25 seconds. At all times, you must be making forward progress. Every pass that is attempted needs to be completed. After being passed, drop back 12 meters. You cannot pass another cyclist until a 12-meter gap is ensured. If you decide to withdraw at any time, you must notify an Ironman staff or race official so that we can account for your safety. It is compulsory to return your timing chip to the event staff, race official, or the dropout clerk located at the information counter. The time limit for the bike leg is 10 hours 30 minutes after an athlete's individual swim start time. There will be multiple intermediate cutoffs along the bike course, and race officials will activate cutoffs 10 hours and 30 minutes after the last athlete has started the race. Any athlete who has not completed the course by this cutoff time will not be able to continue. Do note that all intermediate cutoff times and locations for this leg of the course are listed within the Athlete Information Guide. The race director reserves the right to enforce a cutoff at any given time. As you dismount at the bike finish chute into Transition 2, volunteer bike catchers will take your bike for racking. Do not throw your bike at the catcher, as this will be deemed as unsportsmanlike conduct and, if reported, can result in a disqualification. Athletes will then take their red run gear bag and enter the change tent. There are separate change rooms for male and female athletes. There will be volunteers inside the change tent to assist you. If you need assistance from the volunteers, communicate clearly and politely. Once athletes have completed their change, they must repack their bags with the discarded bike attire and excess gear and hand the bags to the volunteers before exiting the tent. The run course is a clockwise 2-laps course around the grounds of Langkawi. Upon exiting Transition 2, athletes will head towards Jalan Lapangan Terbang, turn left onto Jalan Kuala Muda and head towards Jalan Pantai Chenang. You are then required to make a turnaround at Warisan Duty Free Building. Upon returning to Pelangi Beachfront area, athletes must keep left at the split point towards finish line and head towards the lap band area to collect their first lap band. Return to Jalan Kuala Muda and head towards Pulapol Junction. Turn right onto Jalan Lapangan Terbang to enter MIAC again and make a turnaround. Repeat the whole process for 2 more laps until you return to Jalan Pantai Chenang. When athletes are passing through Pelangi Beachfront for the 3rd time, they have to keep right at the split point and head towards the finish line in Pelangi Beach Resort and Spa to finish their Ironman journey. Please read the run course section in the AIG for a more detailed course description. The course will be a mixture of hard and soft surfaces. Ironman will endeavour to mark all hazards on course with spray paint, traffic cones and hazard tape. Please do keep your eyes open for any such presentations. For athletes running after dusk, glow sticks will be distributed to the athletes at the aid stations. Make sure you wear the glow sticks on your wrist or looped around your waist belt. The Run Personal Needs Station is located at MIEC. At the Personal Needs Station, athletes must call out their athlete number to the volunteers before reaching the Personal Needs Station. The volunteer will be behind the personal needs signage and will radio forward to the personal needs station so they can prepare your bag by the time you get there. Always be considerate when passing both the aid stations and the personal needs stations. The safety of all volunteers and athletes, including yourself, should be your priority. The run course has 6 aid station passes per lap located approximately 1.2 to 3 kilometers apart. The locations of the aid stations are listed in the AIG. The products offered are water, Boom Plus Isotonic, cola, salt mint candy, High Five energy gels, jelly beans, bananas, watermelon, pretzels, petroleum jelly, ice and sunscreen. The litter zone signs at the start and end of the station determine the legal trash discard zone. Athletes will be penalized for littering outside of these zones. Aid stations are the only place on a course where discarding is allowed. To access aid station products, athletes will need to communicate loudly and clearly to the volunteers. Each table has a different colored tablecloth that designates the products served. Remember that volunteers are there to support you, not to serve you. Move slowly through the aid stations, and if you need to stop, move off the course, taking note of your surroundings before doing so, both on exiting and re-entering the course. The run course rules and regulations are available online in the Athlete Information Guide. It is the athlete's responsibility to be familiarized with the guide. Please read the latest Ironman competition race rules to have a better understanding on all the rules and regulations on the run course. These are the list of prohibited running shoes in all Ironman races. We strongly encourage all athletes to always check the website for the latest update before starting the race. Should you decide to withdraw before the race, please inform an Ironman staff or the dropout clerk located at the information counter so we can account for your safety. Race day withdrawals must be recorded via the dropout clerk at the information counter located at T1, T2 or at the finish line precinct in the Pelangi Beach Resort and Spa. It is compulsory for athletes to return their timing chip. If you fail to return your timing chip, a USD 150 replacement penalty charge applies. The time limit for the combined swim, bike and run total is 17 hours after an athlete's individual start time. Any athlete who has not completed the course by this cutoff time will not be recognized as an official 2024 Ironman Malaysia finisher and will be shown in the results as a DNF. Please note that there are additional intermediate cutoff times for this leg of the course listed within the Athlete Information Guide. The race director reserves the right to enforce a cutoff at any given time. The support and gear wagons, also known as the SAG wagons, will be roaming across the bike and run courses to gather athletes who are unable to complete the race or the course within the cutoff time. Collected athletes will be transported back to T2. Should you require a SAG wagon at any time, please wave down an event official and then contact Ironman for a SAG wagon. Alternatively, inform the volunteers at the nearest aid station. Delays in SAG wagon transportations are to be expected. Do not move from your reported location once the SAG wagon has been called. This could affect the ability to locate you. Completing an Ironman race is a very remarkable experience. Crossing the finish line is the pinnacle. In accordance with the Ironman rules, family, friends and pets are not permitted in the finish chute or finish area. Please ensure your loved ones are aware of this rule, as you will be disqualified if this rule is not adhered to. This rule has been imposed to reduce the risk of an athlete unintentionally harming themselves, their loved ones or other athletes. It is also important to respect other finishers and their experience as they cross the finish line. Ironman hopes everyone makes the best of their time in the spotlight. Once you have crossed the finish line, you'll be escorted through a secured post-finish area. Volunteers will present you with a finisher's medal and a towel and shall assist you in removing your timing chip. Please do not exit the recovery area with your timing chip still on. If you need medical support, please do inform the volunteers to assist you. The recovery area will have drinks and a mixture of hot and cold food. Massage services are provided for Ironman Malaysia athletes only. Your black streaker bag and finisher shirt will be available for collection inside the recovery area as well. There is a change tent available should you require. An array of event staff and volunteers will be available to assist you within the post-finish area. You have just completed your Ironman Malaysia race. The action continues with bike checkout and gear bags collection. Bike and gear bags collection procedure is as follows. On race day, athletes will be allowed to collect their bike, blue bike gear bags and red run gear bags from T2 at MIAC after the last athlete has completed the bike leg. Your street gear bag will be available for pickup opposite the massage tent inside recovery area upon completion of your race. Take note, T2 closes at 10 PM on race day. On Sunday morning, T2 opens from 8 AM until 11 AM. Leftover street gear bags, bike and run personal needs bags will also be available for collection at this time. Any unclaimed bikes, gear bags, personal needs bags, as well as lost property will be disposed of after this time. There will not be any bike mechanics available during bike checkout on Sunday. It is the athlete's responsibility to collect their items before 11 AM on Sunday. The 2024 Ironman Malaysia requires the support of over 800 local volunteers to deliver the event. Remember to thank the volunteers after the race, because without the volunteers, we simply would not be able to run any Ironman events. Slot allocation for the 2025 VinFast Ironman World Championships will be held in MIAC at 11 AM on Sunday. We have 40 female age group qualifying slots for the event in Kona, Hawaii on October 11, 2025. If you hope to earn a slot, please be on time for slot allocation. If you qualify for a slot and your name is called and you're not there to claim the slot is lost and will roll to the next athlete on the list, and there will be no opportunity to get it back. If you don't think you're fast enough to qualify, but still wish to go to the World Championships, definitely show up. There's always a chance you can earn a slot, as it is common for some slots to roll down from the top athletes in each age division. If you do take a slot, you will need a photo ID and be prepared to pay the USD $1,654.18 inclusive of all taxes and fees. Only Visa and MasterCard will be accepted. Please ensure you have your Ironman athlete profile set up and have your password ready to log in to complete your registration. Slot allocation for the 2025 VinFast Ironman World Championships will be held in MIAC at 11 AM on Sunday, and we have 65 male age group qualifying slots for the event in Nice, France on September 14, 2025. If you hope to earn a slot, please be on time for slot allocation. If you qualify for a slot and your name is called and you're not there to claim the slot is lost and it will roll to the next athlete on the list, and there will be no opportunity to get it back. If you don't think you're fast enough to qualify, but still wish to go to the World Championships, definitely show up. There's always a chance you can earn a slot, as it is common for some slots to roll down from the top athletes in each age division. If you do take a slot, you will need a photo ID and be prepared to pay the €1,460.61, inclusive of all fees and taxes. Only Visa and MasterCard will be accepted. Please ensure you have your Ironman athlete profile set up and have your password ready to log in to complete your registration. The 2024 Ironman Malaysia Awards presentation will be held in MIAC at 12 PM on Sunday. If you are placed in the top 3 of your age group, you are required to attend the awards presentation to receive your trophy. If you are a place getter and unable to attend, please arrange collection of your trophy prior to leaving the race site. On behalf of Ironman, congratulations on making it this far. You have endured and trained hard. Now it's time to give it your best. Have a great race ahead, and we look forward to seeing you at the finish line.